Okay, I'm going to come back to this picture because one of the things that and I tend to stick with like the vertex form myself, but if you're also wanting to have them do the standard form, then maybe on this activity or maybe on your separate activity or whatever you want to do, maybe you want them to have also do the quadratic form of it. And so what I would have the kids do if I was wanting to do this is go ahead and use their picture and get their x-intercepts and write their equation. Now you can have them, whether you want it in factored form or whether you actually want it multiplied out, but I would say maybe the first one do vertex form, the second one do in factored form, and then maybe have them do a third one in the actual quadratic form, standard form. So I'm going to go ahead and, like, what I would have them do is, let's say I'm going to do the second one, and it is at 5. So I'm going to do x minus 5. And then the next one is over at, it's a little harder to see, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to go, let's see where 13 is and see how that looks. That's going to be too far. So we are going to have to use probably 12.5 on that. And then, so they've got that. And then again, they know it's flipped upside down. And obviously, this is way too steep. So now they've got to decide on how they want to do their slope of it. And again, you could have them, allow them to just try numbers. So I did a 4th, and see how they go. So that would be one way. And again, put it into the form. Now, the other way, if you want them to actually write their equation in standard form, you could extend this on out to 3 points. Have them find 3 points. So go in and pick a point that your x-intercept maybe. Go ahead and pick your vertex point. Pick your your other x-intercept point, or any 3 points. Maybe that's what you tell them. Maybe you tell them to pick any 3 points and then do your system of a 3 by 3 and write your equations. So on this one, even though I did the first one in vertex form that I showed you after I got to thinking about that, you can do it in any of the different forms. When I had my kids do their Angry Bird project, that's what I had them do. They had to do some of them in vertex form, and in the second set, they had to pick 3 points and do a 3 by 3 system. Now, again, along with that, with a 3 by 3 system, you can make it as easy or as difficult as you would like, according to what you've discussed with the kids. I generally will have them do at least one by an actual 3 by 3 system of equations. Then I will, if they remember, or if we've already discussed, according to what chapter I'm in and what class I'm in, whether I'm in Algebra 2, then they may not have done matrices. If I'm in college algebra and they've already had matrices, then I would let them run a matrix equation and do that either in their calculator or Kramer's rule. I mean, you could extend this to kind of wherever you want just by doing this simple quadratic. So that's just some of the thoughts on it, where you can go, where you can lead with this. Again, you can make it very easy. Algebra 1, I would stick with probably the vertex form. If I'm in Algebra 2, and maybe even Algebra 1, I might go on to the factored form. My Algebra 1 kids would not have had systems of 3 by 3s, probably writing of an equation. They've done probably systems of 3 by 3s just because I always extend my 2 by 2s. But definitely Algebra 2, you could extend it all the way through to your 3 by 3s, then into matrices, into your Kramer's rule, and so forth. Or you're solving your matrix equations by a matrix inverse. So you can really do a lot of different things with this. Like I said, there's really not a limit to it, as I said on that. So I would definitely encourage you to try to do this with at least one class or multiple classes.